So I want to give you guys 5 tactical strategies to print money right now in your business. Now, I will say for the lenders on the call, this section is more geared towards agents, but there may be some things that you guys can pull out of it and tweak and adjust for your mortgage business as well. So let me dive right in here. Can you guys see that presentation?
Yep, looks good.
All right, cool. So let me start out by saying I did not create this. All right, this was created and shared with me by Sharon Srivatsa, who is the president of Real Brokerage. So give him a little plug there. This is his content. I'm just utilizing it. So let's keep that in mind. Now, what I'm going to share with you is an actual system. So these are not 5 necessarily separate things, although they are. They're designed to work together to help you in your business. So the first thing I want to say is bad advice that sounds cool is still bad advice. And I think we've all gotten a ton of that in our business, whether that's real estate or mortgages. Bad advice that sounds cool is still bad advice. So what does that look like? Make your calls. That's bad advice, right? But we hear that over and over and over and over again. It's just make your calls. Well, we got to bring some context into that, right? It's more than just saying make your calls. You're only as good as your last 5 videos. Well, YouTube and social media has proven that that's not true. So let's break down some videos. This is a screenshot of Instagram when you search earnest money deposit. So these are all the videos that pop up of agents creating and lenders creating videos talking about an earnest money. All right. Here's 4 just picked at random. All 4 of these videos have to do with earnest money deposit. The first one got 3 views. The second one got 4 views. The third one got 9, and the last one got 2. So guess what? Nobody gives a shit about your earnest money video. Okay. Bad advice that sounds cool is still bad advice. Develop a winner's mindset. That's great. That's only half the battle. That doesn't take us all the way. We still have to get into action. Pop by their office with a coffee. I don't know about you, but that's freaking awkward, right? Like if I just showed up to Wayne's house or his office, hey man, I was in the area and I brought you a Starbucks. Like, yeah, he might appreciate it, but it's freaking awkward. All right, well, like, thanks, dude. I'm like in the middle of stuff right here, right? So again, bad advice that sounds cool is still bad advice. That's not your fault, but it is your problem. It's your problem because that's what you've been told over and over and over again. And unfortunately, that's a lot of the advice that we listen to. So what's the solution? These 5 things that we're going to focus on are geared around generating conversations and having appointments and winning those appointments. So how do we generate conversations, and then how do we win an appointment before we even show up to the house? Because we know that homeowners are interviewing more than one agent. We know that buyers are interviewing more than one agent. So let's talk about how we generate conversations and then win the appointment before we get there. So step number 1, tactic number 1 of your 5 tactics to print money right now is going to be your deal of the week. Deal of the week. All right, it is an all text email. You're going to send it to your entire database once per week. So you're going to see that this will take less than 5 minutes of your time. So go ahead and put that on your calendar. All right, every Monday morning at 8 a.m. I'm going to send this out, or whatever that looks like. The subject line is whatever the city is, deal of the week. So I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, deal of the week. Dallas, deal of the week. McKinney, deal of the week. Whatever. You got some examples there. Las Vegas, Scottsdale, Laguna. That is your subject line. That's it. Don't get cute. No emojis. None of that crap. Okay. The content structure of your email. This is the top part. This week's deal of the week is a cottage in Laguna Beach that will go fast. You're going to include 2 bullet points about the home, 2 bullet points about the neighborhood, 2 bullet points what you like, and then the price in bold. We're going to give them a good call to action. If you're interested, just reply and I'll get you all the details. Thank you, Josh or Ken or whatever. So here's what that email looks like. I'm going to leave this up here for a minute if you guys want to take a screenshot of that. So you're going to send this out, Scottsdale deal of the week. This week's deal of the week is in Old Town Scottsdale. It's 3 beds, 2 baths, 2,100 square feet, panoramic ocean views, 2 dedicated parking spots, completely remodeled. Airbnb is allowed and okay. Price is $1.2 million. Now that should be in bold down there. If you're interested, just reply. I'll get you all the details. No links, no pictures, no emojis, none of that stuff. And all text email that you're going to send out to your database. These are the best practices from 1 million A/B tests on sending this out to database. So again, no address, no pictures, no links. You are forcing them to reply to you by not giving them all of the information up front. So that's tactic number 1.
Well, let me say one thing on that. It's huge. Like, stop giving away, right? The milk, like, make it by the cow, right? Like, stop giving all the good stuff. Like, we used to text people and say, hey, there's 2 homes that came on the market, that I think might be a good fit for you. Do you want me to send you the links? Like, force them to engage with you. Stop. Like, one of the reasons why agents are struggling now is they're just sending everything out. They're sending, but they're not forcing that 2-way engagement. Like, be the bearers, right? I've got a list of off the market properties. Do you want to see the 2 that I think would be a good fit for you? Like, force them to engage. So yeah.
Yeah. Good. And all of us struggle trying to figure out what the heck we're going to send out as a newsletter. Well, if you listen to people like John Cheplack and Tom Ferry and Ryan Serhant, they talk about sending out a weekly email. Ricky Carruth talks about sending out a weekly email. Well, here's your weekly email right here. You don't need some fancy formatted, colored, video, picture heavy newsletter that's going to end up in their spam folder anyways, and they could give 2 craps about it. Send this out once a week. All right, tactic number 2 is the magic whiteboard. This is amazing. So here's a picture of the magic whiteboard. You're going to write this, and there's a clear picture of it here on the next slide without somebody's face in it. But that is actually Sharon right there. So that's the president of Real. He does this whiteboard, and it says strategy and launch planning. You can put the month and the year, and then in blue there's the address of the property. So you put 123 Main Street, whatever that is. So you've generated conversations. You have an appointment to go meet with a seller. Everything that's around that, all of this stuff that's around right here stays the same. That never changes. All you're going to change is the address right here. And if you put the month and the year, you'll change that. And you're going to send this picture just like that. And here's the text message. And so what it says is, our team is working on the launch strategy for your home. Please look over an example of our past plan and success story. And then he has a link to what that would be. If you don't have a link, don't put that second part. But think about showing up to a listing appointment where you sent this out before you ever arrived. Do you not think that homeowner is freaking excited about you coming out there now? What other agent sent them something that said, I just got out of a strategy session about your home and I haven't even listed it yet? Here's the picture of that board. Again, if you guys want to take a screenshot of that, you don't have to put your face in it. I like having your picture in it and kind of pointing to the board. But here's an example on the right where he texted that out. Good morning, May. I wanted to let you know we had a meeting this morning on 17769 La Rosa and created our game plan and launch plan for the home. They loved the image, said, hello, sounds great. Thanks so much. You're winning that appointment before you ever arrive. So I'll leave that up for just another moment. Let you guys take a screenshot of that. This doesn't have to be a massive whiteboard either. I mean, go to Target and buy just one of the little ones, just enough to put that stuff on it and be able to take a picture of it. I mean, heck, that one on the right, I think, is a sheet of paper. It doesn't even have to be a massive whiteboard. I think that's a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So winning that appointment before we get there. Number 3, sell the appointment. So how do we sell our appointment? This is another email. So think about it. You're sending out a weekly email to your database with a deal of the week. Now you've got an appointment. You're going on a listing appointment. You're going to send this email out to your database. This is the only screenshot of this email. So go ahead and snap a picture of it if you need to. Subject line, Scottsdale, early access, Dallas, early access, whatever that is. I'm meeting with a client tomorrow about putting their home up for sale in a few weeks. Is that true? Is that a true statement? Ken, what do you think? Unmute yourself for me real quick.
That is 100% true.
Right. So we're not making stuff up here. Like, we have a listing appointment. We're going on a listing appointment. I'm meeting with a client tomorrow about putting their home up for sale in a few weeks. It's same thing here. Bullet points: 4 beds, 4 baths, 4,100 square feet, pool, spa, decked out. Scottsdale, 10 out of 10 schools. I would caution people on that, because obviously we want to be careful about saying stuff about schools. Completely remodeled, Airbnbs allowed. Price range 1.2 to 1.5, because you don't know where you're going to list it yet.
Right.
Can you shoot me a quick reply if you're interested, and I can get you the details? That's it. Again, no address, no links, no pictures. You don't even have any to send them yet. But you're pre-selling that appointment. So how powerful would it be to walk into that appointment and say, hey, Mr. Seller, I already sent this out to my entire database, and I had 11 people respond back saying they wanted more information about your home.
That's what I was thinking.
Because what we're going to talk about in just a moment is proof over promise. And a lot of agents are going to promise. We're going to walk in and give them proof of what we're going to do. So this is how we do our proof over promise. Number 4 is our lender voicemail. So Anthony, are you, because I can't see everybody. Anthony, are you here?
Yeah.
All right. So kind of role play this with me for just a second as we go through here. Now, you guys would want to screenshot this. Okay. So this is what this would look like. We'll use that last email as an example. We got a $1.2 to $1.5 million property in Scottsdale that we're going on a listing appointment. I'm going to call up Anthony before I go on that appointment and say, hey, man, I'm going on a listing appointment tomorrow in Scottsdale. House is going to be somewhere probably around $1.2 to $1.5 million. I'm going to give Anthony this script. He's going to do some research in his database, and he's going to call me back and leave this voicemail. I don't want to answer his call. I want this voicemail on my phone. And so here's what this would look like. Anthony does that research. He's going to call me back, say, hey, Josh, it's Anthony. Anthony, what mortgage company are you with?
Van Dyke Mortgage.
All right. So, hey, Josh, it's Anthony from Van Dyke Mortgage. Now, he doesn't need to tell me that. I know that, but I want that on the voicemail. Hey, Josh, it's Anthony from Van Dyke Mortgage. As promised, I researched all the certified and pre-approved buyers who would be interested in Scottsdale. It's very important you use the word certified and pre-approved. We currently have 17 pre-approved buyers in the $1.2 to $1.5 million range, and 9 of them need to buy in the next 90 days. As soon as your clients are ready for pre-marketing, I can get this information out to our pre-approved clients immediately. In the meantime, I'll continue to build this pre-approved buyer shortlist so we can hit the ground running when you're ready. Thank you. Now I walk into that listing appointment, proof over promise. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm going to send this out to my database. I already did that and I got 11 replies. I'm not going to say that I have a lender partner that I'm going to work with to make sure we have pre-approved buyers. I'm going to play this damn voicemail. Hey, I've already talked to my lender. He's already looked in his database. He's got 17 certified and pre-approved buyers. I don't need to tell him. I'm just going to play the voicemail, put it on speakerphone. Proof over promise. And then lastly, we're going to demystify the database. Now, on the next screenshot, don't let these numbers kind of freak you out. Use your numbers. Do whatever you need to do with that. But it's basically a screenshot of your database. So agents like to use this term database, and they like to throw that around with buyers and sellers and make it sound like some like crazy, like special thing that they have. Demystify that database for them. So you can show them just a screenshot of it. It doesn't have to be a live view. Hey, look, we've got over 57,000 buyers in our database that we've collected over the last 3 years. 18,000 of those are actively looking in the last 90 days. 7,100 of those are looking for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. Out of those 7,100, 22 have to buy a house in the next 90 days. And by the way, out of those 2,200, we've spoken to 211 of them in the last 15 days. The actual numbers don't matter. It's just showing that you're breaking down that database talk, right? Instead of just saying, hey, Ken, I've got a database I'm going to send it out to. Look, man, I work my database every day, and I've spoken to 75 people in my database in the last 15 days that have to buy a home in the next 90 days. You're not just throwing that term database around. Okay. So here's what that timeline looks like. To generate conversations, you're sending the deal of the week. To win before you arrive, you're doing the magic whiteboard and the pre-appointment email, pre-selling that appointment. And then your proof over promise, that is playing the lender voicemail on the appointment and demystifying your database. Leave that up for a second so you guys can get a screenshot of that. Okay. So those are your 5 tactical strategies to print money. Again, I just want to reiterate, this was created and shared by Sharon Srivatsa with Real Brokerage, just not my content. I'm not taking credit for it. So just so you guys are aware of that. Questions, comments, thoughts? What do you think?
So good.
It's
brilliant. It's brilliant on so many levels. It really is. And you're good. You're doing that. You differentiate yourself from all the others.
Yeah. There's no way they won't go with you. Like, you've won the moment you walk in the door.
It'd be like, shut up. Where do I sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No other agent's going to do that.
In all my days and all the coaching classes and everything I've been through and done, that is the dopest way to get listings I've ever seen.
Well, that's why Wayne hired me.
Amen. So. Amen. He's not a pretty face, just a pretty face. He has a pretty face, not just
that's
a pretty
right.
Face. Dude, it's seriously, like, Anthony, how boss is that for you to call your agents and be like, guess what I'm going to do for you? Like, you call your agents and tell them what you're going to do that for them, they're going to be floored. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah.
That's sick.
All right. You guys want to talk about that for a second, or questions or anything before we dive into 5 AI tools?
And thank you for sharing those, because that is, and here's the reality. We are back to hand-to-hand combat. Would you agree? Right? Yeah. Like, transactional real estate is out the window, meaning, right, seldom are you going to have right now somebody just hit you off an internet lead, buy, sell their house 2 days later. It's like, it's going to take a minute to put some of this stuff together. And you're going to have to get great at this hand-to-hand, these deeper conversations, going above and beyond. But, like, I love you laid it out that way, Josh, because you can do it in a systematic, simple way if you just have a plan. I love that you have a plan. It's systematic and it's simple. I got a couple of things I'm going to share about how to do it, but Christine, let's let you ask your question first. Christy, I think you had a question.
Yeah, sorry, I had to unmute.
Very
good. Sorry,
you're breaking up real bad. You might need to put it in the chat. Here, Chris, I put you on mute because it was breaking up for everybody else. It's breaking up really bad for you. So would you take that and put your question in the chat, or when you get that mic fixed, come on back. Let me share with you a couple of quick ones I had real fast. Just want to throw out there. Here are the 4 that I would share with you that I think are really, really important.
To use.
Sorry, it's lagging. Okay, here's the 4. The first one is, and this is obvious, you have to have more conversations right now. Everyone is looking for a complicated way of doing all this stuff. You just have to have more conversations. You go out and you talk. What we know is you talk to 80 people, you're going to get a transaction. Right? If you're in real estate, you can go out there. You can even do a horrible job. You got to talk to 80 people. You got to ask 80 people, hey, there's a lot of changes that are happening in this market right now. Who do you know that needs help? But, like, you've got to ask. You've just got to ask the questions. You got to get more data on that. You got to have 100 conversations a week. I believe the other thing you got to do is you've got to elevate your status. What I mean by that is, if people are not answering your phone, or they're not returning your text, people like Steve ignoring you, you've got to. I'm just gonna give you such a hard time today. He's like, I'm never coming on video again. Right, but you got to elevate your status right now in the market. What I mean by that is, you got to put out great content. You got to put out great videos sharing your successes. You got to share what's happening in the market. You got to become that legendary expert right now in your market to elevate your status, so that people respond to you, so that people listen, so that people pay attention. If you're not sure, if all you're sharing on social is pictures of your cat or your kid playing t-ball, like, good for that, but, like, they're not going to treat you and respond to you like a professional. You should probably still do that, but you've got to be doing the expert posts. You've got to be putting out the value stuff out there so that people want to respond to you. The second to last one is kind of like Steve was saying. You got to get better at math. Meaning, you've got to get better at breaking down the numbers, helping people walk through, asking the question of, what's going to be the determining factor in whether you sell or whether you stay. You've got to get better at having those deeper conversations and being able to go, like, I know the interest rates are 7% or whatever it is, yet, you're paying 30% on your credit card. How can we adjust these things so your net payment is less each month? You've got to go deeper in the conversations to help people really make great decisions. And then the last one is, stop pretending your clients are clients. What I mean by that is, we've talked about this before, but if you got buyers right now that are looking for a unicorn home, let them back into the wild. Stop trying to chase all these people that are not motivated. There's nothing more exhausting than trying to talk someone into something. Right now, you need to spend most of your efforts hunting for the motivated. Those death, divorce, transfer, babies, whatever it is, those that have got to buy or sell, the motivated is where you need to spend your time. Make sense? Right? Go deeper into your database.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Josh.
John Cheplack just shared that, and we don't even have time to read it on here because it was so long. If I can get a list of email addresses from Wayne, I'll be glad to send it to you this post because it was long. But I mean, we're in a skills-based market is bullshit. We're in an activities-based market, and your skills don't matter if you don't have anybody to present them to. So you have to get into action. You have to be doing the activities every single day to get the results. It's just that simple. All right, let's dive into AI. I think we got Christy's question answered in the chat there. So anything else pops up, let me know. I know we're moving quick, but want to respect everybody's time. Last thing I'll say really quick before I share my screen on that, I don't even want to say shameless plug because there's no benefit to me in this at all. That presentation that I just shared with you, I saw that live and got that from Inman Connect in Las Vegas last month. That was the first time I'd been to Inman. It was the first time I'd been to a non-brokerage event, and it was freaking incredible. Best event I've ever been to. They don't pay me. They're not giving me a free ticket for the next one. Go if you've not gone. It was amazing. They do New York every January and Vegas in August. Absolutely incredible. Best real estate event I've been to, and I've been doing this 13 years. So just throwing that out there. All right. So let's talk about AI. If I can figure out how to share my screen again. Cool. Here we go. All right. So 5 AI tools that you guys can implement into your business now. The first one is called the Captions app, and it is an app. It's not a website. Now, they do have a website to promote their product, which is what you're looking at here. I'm going to pull the app up on my phone in just a second, but this app utilizes AI at an absolutely unprecedented level. It's got edit features that can add jump cuts, stock images, emphasis on captions, emojis, all of that stuff to make your videos a heck of a lot easier to watch. One of the coolest features it has is called AI eye contact. So if you're worried about reading a teleprompter or looking at your notes or something like that, you can use this AI eye contact, and it looks like you're looking at the camera the entire time. It's freaking sweet. It's got a teleprompter built into it. So if you're using your front-facing camera, you literally just hold your phone up. You're looking right at the camera, but it gives you a little banner pop down of exactly what to say. So you're looking right into the camera, and you can read that. It'll also auto-dub.
By the way, did y'all know that you can add eyebrows on Zoom? Did you know that was a thing? Did anyone have any idea about this? Wait, this morning,
thank you, Mr. Random.
Dear God, I hope she's not on here.
I did a call with
this lady this morning, and we're having this call, and all of a sudden she goes like this, and her eyebrows like went up here, right? She went like, I'm like, what is going on? Turns out you can add eyebrows on Zoom. So that was I did not know that. I would 0 stars. I do not recommend, but it was pretty funny to me.
All right. So back to business. I just like to give them a hard time. So one of the other really cool features is it will auto dub your video into 26 different languages if you need it to. And utilizing AI, it will sync your lips with that new language so it doesn't look all funky. It's not like watching Godzilla from the 80s where they're like, oh my God, he's coming, right? Like it's not crazy. So really cool stuff there. It does AI provided titles, descriptions, and hashtags. This is their website. Their website's pretty dynamic, so it doesn't load like super fast. So what I'm going to do really quick is just show you just a very, very short preview of the app. Give me 2 seconds, just so you guys can see it. And you should see my iPhone here in just a second. If somebody would just let me know when they see it.
I see it.
There it is.
You got it? Okay, cool. So here's the app. It's called Captions. It's right down next to Photos in the bottom right-hand corner. So when I tap that, it'll list any current projects you have in there. Once I export it from the app, I just delete it out of here to keep it clean. But that's a video that I had in here a while back. When you hit create, it gives you all of those options. So you can import video footage. So if I do that, it pulls up my recent videos in my camera roll. I can just jump in there and grab anything like that. You can see you can record a video live. You can generate a script with AI. There's the teleprompter, AI shorts, clips from YouTube, and then there's the auto dubbing. When you go into a video, let me pause that. I can come in here and edit all of the different captions and how it looks and all these different things. Here's all the effects and images and underlining and sound. I mean, like literally everything you want to do. All of your AI tools are in there. So pretty neat tool. And then I just export that to my phone and then put it on any of the social media things that I need to do. And here we go. All right, so that's a cool app. I do pay for it. I think it's like 80 or 90 bucks a year. So it's not bad considering all of the things that it has. All right, the next thing is RPR has an AI market update tool. So RPR being a Realtor Property Resource, any of you that are a member of NAR have access to RPR for free. So just get signed up. I'm already logged into it. So it's available to all realtors. The AI allows you to serve your prospects at a higher level. Everybody knows that we should be updating all of our prospects on market trends, stats, all of that stuff. But the challenge with that has always been gathering that information, formatting it in a valuable way, and then distributing that via video, social media, blogs, LinkedIn, whatever. So here's what this looks like. So I'm logged in. I'm going to go into research, and I'm going to do residential market trends. And it's going to ask me to put in a zip code. So like I'll put in my zip code here. It's 28173. Here's my market trends. Right over here on the right, there's a spot that says create script. Kind of the top right there. So I'm going to click on create script. It's going to bring it up. Now it's going to ask me my tone, professional, engaging, or conversational. I'm going to do engaging. Is it for buyers and sellers, buyers or sellers? I'll do sellers. What do you want to do? Well, I want to create a video script. So I'm going to click video script. It's going to take a few seconds to do that. And what this is going to do, it's going to give you a format that you can quickly read on camera and distribute that to your clients and prospects. If you're worried about making eye contact because you're reading the script, go back to tool number 1, the Captions app, and use the AI eye contact feature. So we'll give this just a second to generate here. Wayne, can you monitor the chat for us while I'm...
Hey Josh, what's the name of this?
All over it.
What's the name of this app again?
This is RPR, it's the Realtor Property Resource. And here's my video script. And it even tells you like opening scene, Josh Burnett, a friendly and enthusiastic realtor standing in front of a beautiful Waxhaw backdrop. Like it literally gives you all the details. Cool, give me a social media campaign. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to give me, they're going to convert it to data into a social media post with emojis and relevant hashtags and all of those things. So just a few clicks, you've got a social media ready post. We'll see what that looks like here in just a second. And it takes just a moment. My internet may be lagging a little bit today. And my wife's on a Zoom call in the other room too. All right, so here's my social media campaign, all these emojis, all of that stuff. Here's some hashtags. And then the last one is analyze metrics. It provides a more detailed written explanation of the trends and data. So that's going to lead us. I'm going to use this as a segue into AI tools 3 and 4. As soon as this generates, I'll show you what we're looking at here. And then Wayne, do you have those 2 prompts that I sent you?
I do. I'm ready.
Cool. We'll get to it in just a second.
Is anyone else overwhelmed? I'm a little overwhelmed.
We'll put it in. We'll put it in slides. We'll put it in slides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And it's being recorded, man. You can always go back
I
and
know.
watch it. I know
just-
we're going
it's just,
fast. But
It's so amazing and it's moving at such a pace. It's like I'm not. Oh my
yeah.
God.
All right. So
can I
here-
ask, is this the captions? Is this
Yes.
the correct app? Okay.
Yes. All right. So here is the analyze metrics, obviously a lot more detailed, but numbers 3 and 4 in our list here today are going into Chat GPT, because what conversation wouldn't be complete around that without using Chat GPT? So what you can do is take that analyze metrics data and say, you are a copyright copywriter using SEO best practices, rewrite this into a LinkedIn post that is about 600 words. I'm just going to copy and paste that in. I'll hit enter. And it's rewriting that data into a LinkedIn post for me.
Mm-hmm. And
utilizing what I just pulled from RPR.
Yeah.
So guys, we're literally showing you how to use all these tools together.
Yeah, so many options with that.
Yeah. So literally like one tool after the other. Okay. So a couple other things on Chat GPT. So number 3 in our 5 tools of AI is the free version of Chat GPT. Number 4 is the paid version of Chat GPT. So Wayne and I are going to show you a little bit of the differences there. So Wayne, do you have the home selling tip one that I asked you about?
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
You want me to put it in mine, I'll put it in yours first.
Yep. So let me show you this. So I asked it. Wayne and I are going to ask the free version and the paid version the exact same thing. This should be exactly what Wayne's prompt says. I'm a real estate agent. Act like an SEO expert and professional writer and write me a 600-word blog post for my website about the top 5 things homeowners should know before selling their home. This is what it spit out. Again, this is the free version. The paid version is $20 a month. It gives you larger text capabilities and enables you to engage in more in-depth, extended conversations with Chat GPT. It can also remember and utilize your conversation history, allow it to give you more accurate responses. So he's literally going to put in the exact same prompt that I did in Chat GPT 4, which is the paid version.
The paid one also now integrates with Canva.
Dude, it integrates with a bunch of really cool stuff now, which is pretty amazing.
Yep.
So here's what's cool about this, right? It's gonna write out this whole thing, which is amazing, right? And then if I were you from here, what I would do is I would make a long form video about this. I would make a longer video about this that I would put on YouTube. Then from that longer video, I would send it to Opus AI or somewhere else and have it turn into a bunch of short clips. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So as soon as this is done, I'm going to have Wayne put in one other prompt. So what's really cool about the paid version, the free one does this too, but the paid one does this at a higher level. And for $20 a month, if you'll actually commit to using it, it's a great tool. If you're not going to use it, don't spend $20 a month on it. So as soon as that's done, Wayne, if you'll paste in the other one, so you can actually prompt this to ask you questions to give you better responses. So Wayne's going to drop this other one in. And before you hit enter on it, just paste it in and let's see what it says really quick.
What's the other one that did you email?
I emailed it to you. It's in your email.
There we go. Yeah, I just have to post. Got it. This one.
All right. So you are my Instagram GPT. You will help me draft captivating Instagram captions for my post. I'll be posting reels, carousel content, and pictures. The captions should be between 138 and 150 characters. Have line breaks, emojis, and include a call to action at the end. Please ask a series of questions to better understand me and my business to complete this task to the best of your ability. Hit enter. And now what we would do is we'd go further and we would answer these questions, and it's going to spit back the content that we're then going to be able to use. So get beyond thinking Chat GPT is just writing you a property description or, hey, throw me some hashtags. Like, tell it to ask you questions so that it can learn and then answer those questions, and it's going to spit out better results.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wayne, anything else you want to add on that before we go to the last thing?
I mean, we could talk about it all day long, but it's huge. We'll put some of these prompts in here, but really, like, what I think the best advice on ChatGPT is treat it like you're having a conversation with your assistant. Hey, what do you need to know from me to be able to deliver blank? Hey, this is what I'm after. What do I need to answer for you to be able to blank? So like Josh said, like those kinds of questions are so phenomenal. It's a great tool, but it's just like any other tool. If you don't have the skill to use the tool, it's not going to be that useful to you. So you've got a great tool. Now you need to now you need to learn the skill set of the prompts and the questions and things like that to be able to get the most out of it and to be able to take it and do something with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you. If you ask it questions like that very first prompt that we used about like 5 tips homeowners should know before that, like you're not going to get a lot of value out of that. It's going to be generic content. You're going to have to redo it all the time, and you're just not going to see a lot of value out of using something like ChatGPT. Like learning how to ask it great questions so that it asks you great questions and you get what you're looking for that's crafted to Ken and Ken's content. That's what you want. So you guys aren't all getting the same thing. Okay. All right. Last tool here. Wayne kind of just mentioned it just a second ago. That is going to be our 5th AI tool is called video.ai. It's VIDYO.ai. They actually have a free version of their platform that you can try. And what this does is it takes long form content and turns it into multiple short social media ready video clips that are already cut and captioned. Now, a lot of agents will say, well, I don't do long form content. Anybody ever done a home tour? That's 3, 4, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. That's long content, guys, right? So you may not be shooting a 15-minute video talking about the market, but I guarantee you're shooting 3 or 4 or 5 minute videos walking through a house, right? So imagine taking that longer home tour video and dropping that into video AI. And within just a few seconds, that home tour is broken down into multiple pieces of short form content that highlights the kitchen, the backyard, the living room, whatever that looks like. And now you got multiple things. It gives you that ability to compound your content, turning one video into multiple post-worthy short form social media videos. Now I'm logged into my account. This is what it looks like. Look, I use the free one. I'm not even paying for it yet. I get like 75 minutes a month of content that I can do. So here's a almost 37-minute video from a part of a class that I taught. This was like a 3-hour class. Here's 37 minutes of it. So when I click on this, I imported my video. When I hit review clips, it's going to break this down. And it's going to give titles and all of that stuff, but I can change any of that around that I want to. So if I come down to let's see here, how do you manage your day? So it's like it's a 56-second clip, and I want to make sure that you guys can actually, I'm going to hit play. Tell me if you can hear it. I don't know if you'll be able to. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay. It's a setting in Zoom I'd have to change, but basically it breaks this down. You guys can see that it's already done captions down here at the bottom for me. It's given a title to it. I can edit and download this video, and it gives me tons of tools to come in here and edit this, change how the captions look, put that on brand for whatever my brand is, and make this really whatever I want it to be, and then simply download it. And if I make changes, I can say, hey, save that as a template. Make all my video content look like that. So now that 37-minute video, really quick, if I go back, I got probably 15 video clips there, something like that. 15 or 14. Yeah, it's right here, 14. Okay. So think about utilizing that to break it down. Think about utilizing that for market trends, and you can pull out certain things. What if you did a video off of the RPR stuff and then threw that in video, and now you got multiple short form clips as well as the long form? Put the long form on YouTube, use the short clips for your social media.
Yeah. Dude, so good. By the way, give Josh a round. Thank you for sharing this, dude. That's awesome. Giving me a huge round for putting all that together. That's amazing. Yep.
Just to answer some of the questions, AI, I don't believe it's in the RPR app yet. You need to go to the website on your computer, and then you can access that through the market trends. Does what integrate with KV Core? What are you asking? Steve? Steve still here? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, hold on.
You said, does it integrate with KV Core? Not sure what
Yeah,
you're referring
we were
to.
talking about, sorry, I'm gonna go back, look to my notes here.
You were asking about Chat GPT when you said
Yeah,
it integrated with
ChatGPT.
Canva.
Yeah, Canva.
Yeah.
Does Canva, does it link in with KV as well?
Not as there's not automation within KV Core for that. Not that I have found. I do utilize that some. But, you know, if you're doing it to craft emails, you can set those emails as templates within KV Core. And then you have those to choose from. So have Chat GPT create them all, copy and paste them into KV Core.
There's so many things you can do with that too. And like, if you go on YouTube and look at like the integrations and how to pull and push stuff to game and stuff, there's a lot in there. So let me put a bow on this with two things. And Josh, if anything else you want to share, but two things I want to say about this. First off is there's a lot out there. There's a lot out there. And this is one of the reasons why I encourage you to show up on your pod calls. One of the reasons why I encourage you to get a coach, because one of the things that we do as coaches is we act as the curator, meaning, right, when you come to me, when one of my clients comes to me, goes, hey, Wayne, I want to get better at blank, which book should I read? Instead of giving him 50 books, I'm like, hey, here's the one to start with, and then read this one. Right? When my clients come to me and go, AI, right? I'm like, all right, based on your goals, and Josh can go like, hey, start here, then we do this. Like, it's overwhelming if you just jump into it all on your own. One of the things that Josh and I do all week, right, is look at the stuff, watch all the videos, read all the books, watch stuff, so that we can come to you and go, hey, you can ignore these 50 tools, use this one and this one, and that's the next step. So it is overwhelming, which is why you need your Sherpa, which is why you need the person to help you go up the mountain, so you don't have to look at everything, and you can just dial into the one or two things that are the most critical for you right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you spend next week Googling. You should spend next week talking to your coach for 20 minutes to figure out which one you should use.
Yeah. Can we all agree that there's a lot of bright, shiny objects in real estate? Like, there's a ton. At my previous brokerage, it never ceased to amaze me that I would have to walk through a room of bright, shiny objects to listen to the CEO of the company tell us to not buy bright, shiny objects. Like, I just had to walk through 75 of them to get in this room for you to tell me that. So, you know, Wayne's right. I just dropped a link to my calendar inside the chat. So if any of you guys are not currently coaching with anybody one-on-one and you want a free strategy call, you want to figure out like what this looks like or how we can help you overcome those challenges, jump on my calendar, book a spot. I'm happy to talk to you about it. Even if you're not sure about coaching and you just kind of want 20 minutes to pick my brain, jump on the calendar. Be glad to do it. Happy to help you guys out. Anthony, you said, can you share the presentation? Which one? Is Anthony here? Did he leave? So that's a no, because Anthony left.
Yeah. If you can share the slides, that would be great, and then we'll share the recording. So if you have the slides and the recording, that'll be awesome to use those together.
I think he's talking about the listing presentation.
Yeah, that for the first presentation, the slides. I would love those too. I took a lot of screenshots, but those slides would be awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'll download that.
Dude, that was awesome. I feel like y'all just got your year of fuel in 42 minutes. So that was really amazing.
Good. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah. So and
yeah,
Josh has been doing that several times a year for us, which is awesome. So let me end with this. It really is about mindset, tool set, and skill set. Next week and the next 2 weeks, we'll go through some more of the mindset stuff. But the one thing I want to leave you with today is this quote: "The best inviter wins." The best inviter wins. Right? When Josh is showing those videos, right, and those pictures, that's a phenomenal invitation to work with him. On your marketing, what I'm not seeing enough of right now is invitations. Reaching out, asking people, hey, do you need help? Who do you know that's struggling? Like, you're not inviting enough people to take action with you. And I think that's you're not in this conversation. We're not inviting enough people, right? So if I were you right now, I would be considering through my social media, my videos, my blogs, my connections, you've got to be a better inviter. The greatest inviters are the ones that win. And right now you're not having enough conversations. You're not inviting, you're not offering to help enough people. And a great mantra for the next little while would be like, I help people who need my help and I get highly rewarded for it. I help you. I love helping people that need this. I love helping people that need my help. And your job is to go make the invitation and help the people that need your help. We're not after everybody. We're after the handful of people that need our help, whatever industry you're in. And just remember, the best inviter wins. Not the person that has the best, like not even the best person, right? It's the best inviter wins. So become a phenomenal inviter in this next while. Use these tools to make that happen. Josh, final thoughts, and then we'll stay on for any questions.
I'll just say I put the presentation file in the chat, so download that. You got access to it. No, just, hashtag do the things, right? Like you just got to get an activity. If your business isn't where it wants to be, I would challenge you. Let's take a look at your calendar and see where you're spending your time every day.
Okay, ahas. Give me some of the things you got from this. Let Josh know he nailed it. Give him a couple wins, couple great things you got from this. What are some ahas? Some hell yes.
The best
That-
aha was when he started with bad advice that sounds cool. It's still bad advice. I love it.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, that was-
Amen.
That struck. And then I was just saying, thanks for showing us that lender voicemail is kind of blew my mind. It's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the aha I got was maybe I can provide a voicemail for my referral partners, right? Give them a little ammo on their listing appointments.
Yeah.
See, and I'm thinking about that whole first part as we work for a builder versus listing other people's homes. So I'm trying to, that's where my mind went immediately is how can I utilize this type outline, so to speak.
So-
We obviously have other lenders in the background and all that kind of good stuff, but flip it just a little bit there because we're not trying to sell their home. But again, definitely utilize that
Yeah.
along with the others.
So you work with like a regional or national builder?
Regional, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Great
So look, deal of the week, send it to all your agent partners. Every agent that's ever given you an email address. Deal of the week, exact same freaking email, right? What market are you in?
I'm in Amarillo, and then we also have in our
So-
Dallas market as well. Two
Where?
separate.
Dallas?
Levon right now, and
Okay.
Tioga is their next location.
Cool.
So
Deal of
they're
the
not
week.
on the call today. They're out celebrating because they've had
So
such an awesome month.
Tioga deal of the week, Amarillo deal of the week. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, whatever. Just exact same thing, but send it out to your agent partners. Okay.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate it. This has been very great.
I'd rather get that kind of an email from a builder than the stuff that they currently send out.
Bring us a buyer, we'll pay you 18%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that email would work all day long because that's not the Amarillo market. You don't get to make that up here. We don't do the same thing as like Dallas, where you start off at 3, 4, 5%, and then you get to bump up and get bonuses and all that. No, sorry, agents, our market doesn't work that way here in Amarillo, but we have a ton of houses for you.
Love it.
Cool.
All right, y'all. Hey, thank you for being here today. Take that link and go get the relaunch packet. Invite us to be with you. Give Josh some love on social media. Thank you all for doing this. This is huge. And let's continue to rock this out and be the ones that are everybody wonders why we're crushing it while everybody else is struggling using this stuff. So thank you, Josh, very much, my friend.
Yep, absolutely.
Peace out, y'all.